Hello, FlossTube. Hello, Stitchers. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm McKenna, Stitching in Sequins. I hope you guys have been well since the last time you guys saw me. Get ready. It's going to be a long video because I've worked on this many whips. Yes. I got a question. Let's just jump into it. Got a question on my last video. Somebody was asking about this wheel. What is this wheel that I'm talking about? So on my phone, I downloaded an app for free called Decide Now. Now I have an Android, so it's called Decide Now. If you have an Apple, I believe it's under another name, which I'm totally blanking on right now. But basically, it's like a Wheel of Fortune wheel, and you can put in your whips all the way around, as many as you have. You can make multiple wheels. You can change the colors, possibilities. So I downloaded Decide Now, went in and put in all my whips for an event that Cassie and I decided to do. Cassie and Stitches, Cassandra Martinez Stitches. I'll link her down below. And every 2 days we decided for March Madness. Stitch Madness 2019 is the hashtag. Every 2 days we will spin our wheel and see what we are going to work on. That is why my list of whips is so long that I've worked on this month. And so I spin every 2 days, and what it lands on is what I work on. No ifs, ands, or buts. And there has been some days that I have not wanted to stitch on what lands, but I'm following the rules and I stitch on it. What else about the wheel? I don't know what my plans are for Mania. I kind of like using the wheel for Mania. For April, I may keep going with this whole 2-day rotation. It totally works for me. It might not work for other people. Like, okay, you can't get enough progress done in 2 days. I can. I have from working at home and in the evening, I can actually get quite a bit of stitching done. So during a 2-day period, I can actually see quite a lot of progress. And I like mixing it up and kind of touching all of my whips. So, the only rule is though with my wheel, once I finish a whip, I take out that section, delete the name, and I either put in spin again or new start. And I've taken advantage of the couple new starts that I have landed on. I also have taken advantage of the spin again option. So no, it's been fun. I've been loving it, and sad to see that Stitch Madness 2019 is coming to an end, but I may continue it for next month. I also had a question regarding the world's longest band sampler. I put a link in my last video to this for all the information. But I believe the question was the name, location, the things that they ask for need to be on the stitched piece, I believe. Reading under the content in this brochure, in keeping with traditional embroidery samplers, we want to learn about the stitcher. In your embroidery, please stitch name, location, age, date or year of the creation. So I guess you stitch it into the piece. Now it could be something really small. You could back stitch in all that information. You could do some crazy like 1/1 information onto it. But yeah, they want it onto the piece just like a sampler. I have not started mine yet. I'm not sure. I mean, it's ongoing. There's no end date. So basically it's whenever I get around to it. But I think that this is a really cool thing to participate in. So it's still here on my desk. I look at it, but not sure when I'm gonna get onto that. Can we talk about what's in 16 days? Stitch Nanigans is in 16 days, and I'm so excited, and now I'm kind of dizzy. I'm so excited. Stitch Nanigans. Ooh! I'm not freaking out. Why? Because I don't find planning events stressful. You start planning well ahead of time, and then little by little, you try to chop away at your to-do list. So I started doing something this morning, times 80. I may need to get the husband involved because otherwise it might take me a really long time. So yeah, I'm just trying to do something every day to kind of get ready. I am hoping to have everything printed out and completed and pulled together by that Monday before. So then I kind of have like Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, I need to remember to throw this in, or oh, I need to do this. But no, I'm looking so forward to meeting new people and my old friends and making new friends, and just there's nothing more special than being in a room of stitchers and just kind of all sitting down, or people getting up and mingling and just sitting back and just watching and listening to the chatter and the laughs and the giggling and the cuss words and the inappropriate words. There's just nothing better, and I'm so excited. But I know that it's like I almost don't want it to come. Like I want time to slow down because I know when the weekend does come, it's going to just fly by. But I plan on organizing more. So the best way to, I guess, be informed with all that is just keep watching my channel, and I'll let you know when and where my next event will be. And hopefully those that were not able to make it into Stitchanigans will be able to attend my next one. Let's do giveaway. I mailed out my first piece of fabric, but I still have not heard from Marie Linton. She was the winner of the piece of Herald. Marie, I still haven't heard from you. My email, mckenna@1884stitchery.com, is the best way to reach me. Send me your address on that. Before I recorded, I pulled for Barbara Anna. What is this? The Raven Scissor Fob. You guys, I loved all your comments. So the winner of this, Rose Heck. Shoot me a message, Instagram, email, hot guy coming to the door. It's really up to you. But you won, Raven. And I will throw that in the mail as soon as I hear from you. From both of you ladies, actually. Okay. So I got whips to talk about. Holy whips, people. Holy whips. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything because I got my pile right here. Sampler news. for Miss Mary Hogg. She is put back in her frame that I bought her in. So that means this is all done. And that means this is soon. Just give me some time, a couple weeks. So excited for this. And I need to hang it. / have Joe hang it. But yeah, that is complete. What I want done with it. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that as well. I'm recharting that in collaboration with Arlene Cohen. She is Works by ABC. Arlene knows how to put a chart together, because you get this whole story and write-up information and close-up photos. Oh, just wait. More information on that coming up in the next couple weeks as well. Quick life update. Boys finished up spring break this past week. Thank God they're back in school. They were driving me crazy. But now we only have 9 weeks until summer. So yeah, 9 weeks. But I'll take 9 weeks for them to still be in school. I'll take it, but I know it's going to pass super quick. But they have been well. We don't have any summer plans yet. Ayrton's birthday is the end of July, and he asked to go to Disneyland. But God, freaking Disneyland has gotten so damn expensive. They just upped the tickets again. With the whole Star Wars world, which doesn't appeal to me. So I think we talked him into, not that it's hard to talk Ayrton into anything, but I think we're just going to go to the ocean for a week. So, but that's the only kind of family trip vacation thing in the future. Well, I'll be going to StitchCon and New Jersey, and last week from this past Friday, so week and a half ago, drove out to Southern California. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, there was a cross-stitch store closing down. So I went over and bought out more than half of her inventory. So I had purchased a box that arrived before I left, fabric and thread, which I just bought unseen, and then drove out there on Friday the 15th and met up with Cassandra, and we made it a day of hitting up that store plus 2 other stitching stores. We went thrifting. We went out to, it was more like a late lunch, or had lunch. We went back to the hotel room and we stitched. I think I fell asleep. That just sounds really weird. Like, yeah. And then we went out and had a blast. It was fantastic. Great day. So I have been the last couple days, not frantically, but pushing myself to upload all of the new product that I brought back from California. I still have some fabric to put up, a handful of charts, all of the thread. Threadworks people. Can we talk about Threadworks? If you have not worked with Threadworks, it is beautiful, 100% cotton, but it has a silk feel quality to it. So I just bought them all, but gorgeous. These colors are amazing. The variegation in them is amazing. Each one is 5 yards. So the only thing I do not like about Threadworks, there are no names on them. It is just stamped number. And then I had to look up every single number and write down the name on these. So that's okay. Whatever. It didn't take me that long. But yeah, some amazing colors, gorgeous variegation in these. But yeah, these will be uploaded as well. Oh, these were frames that were at the LNS. And I had made a joke to Cassie that I need those, and the owner said that they were for sale. So I took them all. I told Cassie all the photos with creepy photos and all the frames with creepy photos in them. So here's one that I picked up. Creepy girls. I think if Emily and Jim had kids, this is what their kids would look like. This is how they would take photos of them and dress them. Not a creepy photo, but I love the frame of it. Again, not another creepy photo, but I love the square frame. Actually, square frames are really hard to find. Oh. This photo here. These were all printed out. They're all free use photos. So grabbed that one as well. This one though was what I noticed. It was like, yes, I need this. Fantastic. There's part of me that just kind of wants to keep this and put it up on the wall. Joe would totally not appreciate it. But it's pretty spectacular. I could probably put it up somewhere and like a year would go by and then he'd probably be like, how long has that been there? You know, we all have husbands like that. This looks like from a carnival walkthrough, like a carnival house. I just thought that was really cool. And the photo and the frame. But the photo I liked. And then I've seen this picture before. Let's see. There we go. Kids dressed up for Halloween. So snagged all of those. And so now I have more frames to add to my collection of frames that I do not need. But now that I have, that's okay. Stay. But no, I was extremely happy with what I found, and I appreciate your guys' love on 1884. I've gotten so much positive feedback. UPS is here. Let's see if I get anything. Come on. We get a package from Russia? Bring me a package from Russia, please, Mr. UPS. I totally stopped in front. Well, it's a box, but no, it's going across the street. No, I am thrilled with what I was able to get my hands on, and so glad that you guys agree with everything I bought. And I appreciate all your support, all the orders. I wouldn't have thought that 1884 would be what it is now, since when did I open? November? It was Black Friday. I went live. I would have not thought in this short amount of time that it would have the buzz that it has and the love that it has and the support that I'm getting for it. It's just amazing. And I love kind of keeping my feelers out there, and kind of just trying to find out of print, hard to find things for you guys to stitch on. I want to try to bring you guys all your unicorn charts in some way. So thank you guys so much. Let's see. Continue with life. My dad is on the rebound. He is feeling good. We had dinner with my mom and my dad Sunday night. So he is done with the immunotherapy, and he has been on his once a day cancer med, and that's been, I guess, not really giving him any problems. And he's just trying to get his appetite back, and the boys were really excited to see the both of them because it had been a number of weeks. And so he is doing well. I know he's going for a PET scan this week, I believe, and then he'll be going over to the Mayo Hospital for a second opinion. I guess they did this also the last time, the first round, with his leukemia. So fingers crossed, good vibes, well wishes that he just kind of keeps improving and we can keep the cancer at, far away for the time being. So I appreciate private messages that I have received and people just checking in. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now from that to a little bit of a rant before I get into all things that make me happy. I will put down below in the Dropbox if you don't want to hear this rant. I will mark the ending time, but I think it's an important rant that everyone needs to hear because you may know this individual. So let's go back to New Jersey retreat from last year. There was an individual who did not get into said retreat. And she got very mean and easily could have gotten on the wait list. Now, I'm just going to speak to her directly because I know you watch. I have you blocked from my channel, but you clearly have an alias name and are able to watch me and my friends. So, Teresa Boyer, if you guys know who she is, unfriend her. If you guys have businesses, do not let her buy from you. Do not take her money. She is an individual that just needs to disappear because she brings nothing to the Stitching Society community except for meanness, hate, which is not accepted on any level, especially at her age, much older age. So she very nicely gave Arlene and myself death threats for not getting into the retreat. You could have gotten on the wait list and probably made it in, okay? And this harassment, hatefulness has continued since last week. Actually, this week. Pause, kids are home. Second grade drama. That was like a 15-minute break, so now I don't even remember where I was at. Let's just pick a spot. So Teresa Boyer needs to stop sending me the hate, the threats. You need to stop sending my friends hate and threats. We don't talk about you. We don't even think about you. You are the one that keeps the drama going over the dumbest shit. Okay? We are not interested in anything you remotely do, and you shouldn't be interested in anything we remotely do, yet you do care. So, do not send emails to friends of mine saying that it's karma that my dad has leukemia because the way we've treated you, okay? It's one thing talking shit about me, but the moment you bring in my family, my kids, my friends, it's gloves off. And if I lived closer to Chicago, I would be making a little house trip. I'd come and see where you live because it's possible. So stop the shit, Teresa. If you are friends with Teresa Boyer or have any sort of business where she buys things from you, stop accepting her money as a customer. Great? Fantastic? Teresa, did you hear it? Because one day we will meet. It's really hot there. And I'm going to come over and say hi. So let's talk about stitching, shall we? Fantastic. I have a finish because it wouldn't be a video without me showing a finish. This is Prairie Moon, Red and the Black, number 1. I have no interest. I have number 2. I have no interest in stitching it. There we go. I love this simple black frame. Framed it myself. I used, for the black, I used DMC, and the gold is Accenture. So very similar to Krynick, Petite Treasure Braid. Did not have any issue with it, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you remember, oh my God, you guys still there? Look, you guys, I've told you guys before, you can't start drinking so early. If you guys remember, don't touch the table. The TUV block is the same as the XYZ block. There was no way in hell I was going to stitch this all over again. It is very, very dense, and I was over this piece. So I made up my own design for the XYZ. I took elements of it. I added in the diamonds here, and then there's diamonds within these circles, and I added those. And that's what I came up with. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Simple black frame. I love that there's a little more on the sides. fantastic. So happy it is done. And I wrote all the information on the back, nothing too crazy. The Red and the Black by Prairie Moon, my name, March 2019. That is the only finish. I feel like I totally shrunk, making my chair higher. No? All right. Let's go through whips. So the spinning of the wheel, and I want to put you guys here. Does that work? Let's put you guys there. So spinning of the wheel, I guess, no, I have another finish. Guys, oh, I have all this stuff over here. Okay, another finish. So with the red and the black being done, I went into my wheel and put in new start / new start / spin again. My second finish was hedgerow, birds, project bag. I received a ton of fabric early on to my videos, and this piece was in with the fabric. It was not fully completed, and I wanted to fully complete it, and I had asked you guys what the chart was, and someone even kindly sent me the chart. So it is now finished. I love how it turned out. The colors are different from the original stitcher. I used the Classic Colorworks and Gast colors. I don't know if my lot was different from her lot. You can see it in this urn. That was all of her stitching, and then I came in with, this was blended, and you can see there's a difference. So I actually like it though, because it'll just remind me that's what I stitched. Had to bring down the border. I had to stitch in this bird. I stitched in my initial, and then all of this flower down here. So I love this little finish. I might try to do a flat fold with this. I'm not exactly sure. But I love that it's a combination of my stitching and her stitching. Leave that there. That's all thrift. That's gifts. Okay, so 4, and then pull these. So now I'm gonna have to figure out my project bags. So March 1st happened, and that was the start of Emily C's Eclectic Possessions, her Goat Load stitch along. I decided to not stitch Goat Load, so I picked a piece that had another sexual reference. So when I was in San Francisco a month ago, and we went to Needle in a Haystack, I picked up the Gobbler, and it says "The Gobbler Rides Again." Yes? Great. Can always get a sexual innuendo out of something. So on the 1st, I started stitching the Gobbler, and I freaking love it. So I got this done in 2 days. So see, 2 days of progress for me can be quite a lot. I was actually inspired to do it on blue from Diana. It is Kismet. Love you, girl. And my bag. because she did her Go Float piece on red, which is stunning. I have so many colored fabrics in my stash that, not that I play it safe, but I like, I don't know, 45 more minutes. Yeah, is that okay? All right, love you. Thank you.
Welcome. And is pink your favorite color too?
No, I don't like pink.
No, who cares?
It's okay. Love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So I have so many colors. So I have so many fabrics that are colored. I don't play it safe, but I don't take that chance like, oh, I should do a floss toss on a color and see if it works. I absolutely love this on this blue. Absolutely love this. So this is where I'm at. I don't know if I'm going to write the Gobbler Rides again. I probably won't. I think I'm just gonna make it like a really small pillow and just finish out the horse, which I'm loving the variegation on. Usually variegation, I'm not specific, like I go back and forth, but I have on this been staying one row of X's and then I come back and finish them off so I can get that variegation, and I'm loving it. Loving it. And I'm stitching it on. This fabric is from Stitcher's Paradise Vegas. It's 28 count, just some miscellaneous linen. And I am using, move this out of the way so they don't all go flying, Weeks and Crescent Color threads. I know if I spin and land on that, I could easily get that done. Probably in one sitting, one day. So hopefully that'll come up soon so I can mark that off my whip wheel and call it a finish for 2019. All right, so that was one. Then I spun, and I spun on, I may have started this just because I felt like a new start. I hadn't had a new start. Was this my start that ruined it for me? It was. So, I had said I didn't formally sign up, but I thought, hey, it would be cool. No new starts for the first 6 months. Okay. I have about 8, 9 whips. I would love to get through. Let's do it. Yeah. So that went out the window early this month. Then when I decided to start I don't know why I'm yawning. Took a nap before this. Witch's Hollow by the Primitive Needle. Boom. People, can we talk about it? It's amazing. And why not start it? So that's what I did. I'm using my beautiful bag from Diana. Oh, this isn't the inappropriate one, but it's Pepe and his favorite flowers are roses. Who would have known? So, love my Diana bags. Now, I pulled the threads one night. The boys were having movie night. And they insist on doing full surround sound, lights off, volume cranked up. Kind of gets on my nerves. So I pieced out and just came back to my office. Here's the list of DMC, or I guess not DMC, Weeks and Gentle Arts. So I went through and found the ones that matched, and then I looked up the ones that I didn't have and found the closest matches. Because if you come over to my house and you have stitched this and you're like, that owl's eye is not black, that's something else, get the F out of my house if you're going to call me out on colors. So I pulled the colors and I'm just going to keep them in the bag. They're amazing. These colors for the piece are just yummy. And there's a ton of them. So I pulled them and I was messaging with Cassandra and trying to find a piece of fabric that would be large enough to stitch this on. And had her, I know I pulled like a shade, something colorful, but there's so many colors. I didn't want the threads to fight with the fabric. I want the fabric to be what makes the threads shine. So I decided to pull a piece of Bergen linen. It's from Zweigart. It's a raw linen. I got this piece in New Jersey. You ready for it? 46 count. 46 count. And that's where I'm at. So tiny. So 1/2, 46 count. Let's get in here. I am freaking loving it. Let me show you. Here's my needle. So you can see how tiny this is going to be, but I freaking love it. And I love the fabric that it's on. It's a way huge piece, not going to need it all. But I am loving it on the 46 count. 46 count. People, oh, it's only 6 more holes than 40 count that you always stitch on. Yes, but it's a bigger difference. You need a little more. I need to concentrate a little more on it. I need a little more light to work on it. And if I'm stitching it on during the evening and my eyes are tired, I take out my contacts. But I love that I'm doing such a big piece on 46 count. Joe left. I don't know where, but okay. Don't know if the boys are here. Ayrton, a moment ago, had come in and he wrote, "How long is your video?" So that's why I threw out 45 minutes to an hour, but not sure where they're going. Don't know. I guess I should get up and check and see if there's any kids home. Are you guys here? Where did Daddy go? Did Ayrton go? Okay. I'm still doing my video. I'm still doing my video. No. All right, he went to the gym. Didn't take the boys. You see what he's doing for you ladies that are coming in 16 days? He's getting ready for your for you ladies. Okay, next on, I worked on the bird bag from Blackbird Designs, and I finished that. I've been keeping a list. Then I spun and landed on Mexican sampler. What? See, I could have pulled these out beforehand, but what's the fun in that? Like, really, that's Gertrude's Garden. That's not it. That's not it. What is it? Mexican sampler. There we go. Mexican sampler. This is from Queenstown Sampler Designs. I love it. It's funky. The colors totally caught my attention on this sampler. I have decided to stitch it on a 36 count coconut. It is 4 colors. Blue, another shade of blue, another shade of blue, and peach. I already have some, what I was working on was a blended, but peach and 3 blues. I know, it's weird, it's funky, but it's amazing. It's amazing. And Jush is where I'm at. So, got the bull's butt. Looked like he pooped out a deer. Then we got this gal who's pretty fancy in her dress. Bird. This monkey. So that's where I am at. It's fun to work on because it's only 4 colors and it's nothing super crazy. The thing that when I first started on it, I didn't realize that it would be, I thought it was, first looking at it, I thought it was 2 colors, okay? And I wasn't sure if I was going to do the colors. I thought, okay, a blue, a gray, maybe it's black and like this weird peach or pink color. Pulled it. I love the 4 colors. But you stitch, there's all these letters that are surrounding some of the chart, and that's how it shows you to stitch it. So you either stitch it with blends, 2 blended colors, so let me show you. Take off the needle minder. So for the lady, it says area F, and you have to go in and it'll say what to stitch her face with. Then there's some symbols that are blended. So I've made this key, so when I know I come across the equal sign, I know it's 2 threads of 352. Or if it's a W, it's 352 plus 926. So this has made it a lot easier instead of having to keep flipping back and forth. But I love it though. First piece that I've done basically with blended threads, and it's not too much of a pain in the ass that I thought blended threads would be. Now, maybe it's more of a pain in the ass if you're doing like a Teresa Wensler kind of blending threads sort of a thing. But I can handle this. This works for moi. Then went on to the red and the black and finished that. So and that took me, I think, 2 days. So I spun and landed on Opus from Long Dog Sampler, also known as LDS, not the religion, Long Dog Sampler. So this is another piece of fabric I picked up in New Jersey. It's called Tobacco. And the blue I am using is DMC. $806. And I am only stitching the section in the chart that it actually calls for black. I got this harebrained idea. Hey, let's just stitch the black, not in black, on this color because I loved the combination of the tobacco color and the blue. It's very similar to Matter's Choice that I did last year, which, are you guys still stitching on that? Emily, Trisha? So when I saw this fabric at Needleworkers Delight in New Jersey, I had that aha moment. Would it be crazy? Should I? I should. So I am just stitching the outlined black part. There is a border that comes up here. I've decided to omit that. And I love this. It's actually 22 count heart hanger. So 1/2. Is that what it is? Yeah. And it's amazing. And I love how it's turning out. So I got the 5 creeper guys done. The birds eating the grapes or whatever. And the next section is this king guy on his throne in front of a carpet. I don't know, like a magician, and he's standing in front of somebody in the box that's going to disappear. I have no idea. He kind of looks like a magician. He's got a cloak on. But yeah, I love how this looks and how it's turning out. I will wait till the very, very end if I decide to go back and fill in with another color or two, but I don't think I will, because I love the combination of the blue and the tobacco. And I think once I get it all stitched, I'm just going to like it as is, because I'm loving how it is right now. So worked on Opus, which is good. I hadn't worked on Opus for quite a while, so I was happy to, that goes with that, show that piece some love. Next, I spun on, now I'm not putting in all of my spins, what I worked on day to day. Some of these were multiple spins, so I would stitch on something and spin again, and then would go back to something. So what I've pulled up quite a bit during this March, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Freak, I gave it so much crap about, I think it heard me when I came back from my San Francisco trip and I talked about how I'm going to cut it down. I'm not going to stitch. I'm not stitching the whole piece. I have these 4 squares complete. And so I've decided to cut it down and just do 2 more squares. I think it heard me and it really took offense. I have spun on this, landed on it like 4 times, I think. I always screenshot to Cassie what I land on, and she was dying that freaking landed on it. So here's where I am with the witch block. It is where it's supposed to be. So all I did was take out, because I want this block to have the witch and the cauldron. So behind her was a pumpkin with a cat, with a bat, and some spiders. I took all of that out and I moved her over closer so she would fit, plus the cauldron. I obviously made some sort of counting error somewhere, not sure where. But her dress is going to end here. But if you look on the chart, there's a row of 3 stars. Yeah, those aren't going to fit. I don't know what happened. I don't care. I'm not ripping it out. And that's okay. I'm over it. And I'm working now on the cauldron a little bit. So this is stitched on Properly Primitive, 40 count linen, 1/2, and this is from Under the Sea Fabrics, first piece. Actually, it's the only piece I've ever bought. I bought this piece in the very first FlossTube retreat. The first retreat, let's say, that allowed floss tubers and non-floss tubers to get together. Honestly, that was the real one that kind of got this whole retreat thing going. And I don't think if it was not for the FlossTube retreat in Austin, I don't think this idea of retreats would be what it is nowadays. And I think some of the bigger retreats wouldn't have happened. StitchCon, kind of a perfect example. So yeah, I bought this in Austin, the fabric, and I absolutely love it. It's not as bad now, knowing that I have more than half of this block done, and then I just need to pick what I'm going to do on my last block. It's almost a little exciting that I can see that there's going to be an end to this. And I love it. I used to dread stitching on it because I was just out of love, but cutting it down and seeing that I could finish it this year has made me like it a little bit more. I have also, new start is this. What is this? Spun, landed on a new start, and decided, why not? Decided to start the only thing I bought from a market this year via Trisha 3L Threads. It's from Michelle Ink Designs. This is Quaker Gone Haunted. She also has Quaker Gone Poe, Quaker Gone Tropic. I saw this and absolutely fell in love with it. Quaker Gone Haunted, 5 colors, which I will be using Simply Shaker, Gentle Arts colors. I the only downside to this chart is that it's charted for silken colors from the thread gatherers and then 2 colors from wool. Okay. No DMC conversion. I understand these threads are very variegated, so a designer's not going to want to give a DMC equivalent. Totally get that. But because there's only 5 colors, you would think she would list one. Because it's only 5 colors. It's not like the 50 colors for Witch's Hollow. So I looked up the silken colors, and they actually give a description. So the smokestack, they may say a charcoal color with green running through. They actually give you a description of the color. So I went through all my gas that I had because I had large quantities of a specific color. And I pulled out all my dark colors and then kind of narrowed it from there by just reading the descriptions of the colors that were given online. And I love the color palette that I have come up with. We have Barn Gray, Carriage Black, Blue Spruce, Tin Bucket, and Soot. I took this. Your tin was leaving the house and didn't tell me he's going down the street. This was a new start. I took it with me to California, thinking if I do have time to stitch, why not a new stitch? New start, and it'll be kind of memorable knowing where I started this, and so why not? I am decided to stitch on. Again, use those colored fabrics you have. Slate, it's 40 count. Freaking gorgeous. Love this. This is a needle minder I made. I found this cameo when we went up to Flagstaff and the boys went snowboarding and I went thrifting. It's this glass cameo. I can't get the needle off her. She's gorgeous, kind of spooky, kind of eerie. And here, get it? Here's my start. I had also posted, I think I did a live. I did do a live. And I was saying how 40, I'm usually doing, usual rule is 1/2 on 40. I didn't like that I could see the X's. They were so defined for some reason. And I just didn't like that look. And so I played with 2/2 on 40 and loved the coverage so much better, but was hesitant to go that way because I don't want it to get chunky in the back. But 2/2 is the way to go on this. So I am absolutely loving it. So this is 2/2 on 40, and I have not run into a clunky issue. Yes, it's a little thicker, but I have found that if I go up and down or left and right and try to stay within some sort of rhyme and reason instead of kind of stitching all over on a certain motif, it works. And yeah, I love this. So this up here is the blue spruce. And I love this piece. Another one I am interested and excited to work on. I don't know, maybe in April I'll keep with the wheel, but maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I'll work on a piece for 4 days. Because I know I could get a shit ton of progress done on whips for 4 days. So maybe I'll do that. I will do that. All right. Happy we just decided this. Thank you guys for your input. Appreciate it. Spun and landed on a secret stitch that I started last year, earlier in the year. I think early in the year. I think I bought this in January. No, I totally bought this last year. I probably bought this in November. BS showed it in her Instagram stories. I fell in love with it, and you guys have fallen in love with it. And because of such, I'm the United States distributor for Al Forrest Embroidery. Al Forrest Embroidery. This is the kit Lucamore. Let's talk about Al Forrest for a moment, shall we? Let's. I believe I only have a few copies of some paper patterns available. Go on 1884stitchery.com and check. Al Forrest is along the top, and you can click on that tab. The kits are not in yet. They are probably on a boat, if they come by boat or airplane some way. They're on their way. I do not know when they will be delivered. The first shipment took exactly 2 months to get to me. Okay. Now, I'm hoping that this shipment does not take 2 weeks to get to me. I ordered such a large quantity. This is going to be a first shipment. They are packing up. They should be sending out. I heard from them last week. It should have been last week. I need to check with them. My second half of the order should be shipping out this week or next. So I do not have any kits in stock. That's why it says more on order when you go check 1884. I will have more of these ones coming in, Lucamore. I got whales coming in, people. Hold your horses, and so much more. It's going to be crazy. I will not personally email you when kits come in. I will not private message you when kits come in. I will not start a wait list for any kits. I cannot take pre-orders for these kits because I ordered an X amount, but I do not know how many are going to be in that first shipment. And then I just don't want to hold on to your money for however many months, and then I have to keep track of when a whale kit comes in, who to ship it out to. I don't want to deal with it. We all have plenty of stuff to stitch. So if all the whale kits sell out, I can order more and they will come in. So when I get Al Forrest shipment in, I will be making an announcement on Stitching and Sequins Instagram, 1884 Stitchery on Instagram, 1884 on Facebook. And I will let that kind of sit and simmer and get it out to everybody. and then I will come up with a release date and time when all the Alforest stuff will go live for sale. So I will not receive the stuff and then put it up on Instagram, an hour later and say, okay, Alforest is ready. I will give a heads up to everybody. So cool your jets. But I'm so excited that you guys are excited about Alforest as much as I am. They are starting a free stitch along. Does it begin first of the month? It's Emerald City, so Wizard of Oz theme. And I can't wait to see it because I love their designs. And I'm not a Wizard of Oz crazy fan. But it'll be interesting to see a foreign spin on an American classic. So I ordered this in November, started stitching it, and then when I started up 1884, I knew that I wanted this part of my shop to bring to you guys. So I will show you where I am at on Lucamore. Now, if you are able to snag this when it comes back in stock, this is how it comes in this box. You get the fabric Belfast Zweigard's 32 count. You get the Finca threads, needle minder, and the chart. These threads are all on these wooden bobbins that actually have the symbol printed on them. But I just took a pen and wrote the symbol up here. The threads are freaking amazing and gorgeous, and absolutely love working with them. It is a colored chart, but guess what? You can make a copy and it'll go to black and white. I love the charts. You can see they are huge. And then there is a couple other sheets where they zoom in like on the tree, so you can see it a little more clear if you don't want to be working from such a large scale. I love their charts. The fabric is perfection. And this is where I'm at on Lucamore. Now, all the directions are in Russian, but don't be freaked out because guess what? There's this little app called Google Translate, and you can take pictures of something like what I did for their directions. You take a picture of it on your phone, you text what language it is, and it gives you the broken English version of what it is. Basically, all you need to know, it's 2/2. I mean, look at the variegation in those leaves. And yes, that's a mermaid in a tree. It's some Russian fairy tale. I don't understand it, but I love it. And those little mushrooms are adorable. I've been working on this guy. So this is where I'm at. I believe the border that they give you is about, is it 2 inches? So over here, this guy, there's a couple trees. So yeah, it's probably going to be about an inch and a half of all the way around. There's these decorations that hang down here. So yeah, so if you're not sure how much of a border, guess what? You can swap this fabric out for something else, for a larger piece, and then it's not even an issue. Then you don't even have to think about it because they give you the dimensions. You know, it's 2/2. You could go 1/2 on something if you decided to do it on a 40 count. So you don't need to use the fabric. You can sub out the fabric if you're afraid you're not going to have enough room to stitch. I tend to start my pieces in the middle. That's what I did on this because I was not sure of the margin. I'm not concerned about it. So, but if it does concern you, it's easy enough to switch that fabric out for a similar color, a bigger piece, and go to town. Had another new start. It was between starting something new or actually finishing up Gobbler, and why not have a new start? Why not? I have decided to go with, come on, needle minder, Miss Saggy Tits, aka Sirens of the Sea by Carriage House Samplings. And there she is. Whoa. There she is. Amazing. So fear not the sirens of the sea. I've had this for a while. I found it at Stitchville in their clearance for $4.50. I think, God, BS find this for me. And she's like, oh, it has boobs. You need to stitch it. I'm like, done. Give it to me. You guys, I can't. I can't. This is 2 days progress. Okay, well, I lied because I stitched on like half of this morning. That's 2 days progress. Do you see either one? I stitch really, really fast, or this is just a quick stitch. I love this. And again, colored fabric, people, is the way to go. Here it's on this cream color. Nope. Let's go blue. I love this so much. 28 count. And didn't have all of the called for colors. Could have done them in DMC, but that's boring. NPI, not a chance. I'd rather put that money towards a pair of shoes. And I didn't have, yeah. So I pulled out my trusty DMC card. It's the new card with all the threads in it. I've never owned one. And I freaking love it. I've gotten so much use out of this because before I would pull out my boxes of thread, my full set, pull them, and try to match them up that way. Nope, this is my new way and I love it. So I went through my stock of Gast and Weeks and just couldn't find anything that I loved. Well, right? Boop. Is I have in this antique metal thrifted cool pan all my color and cottons. So I get 3 color and cottons every month, and this is where I store them because they're gorgeous. I have all my other threads. I should probably one day I'll do a how I keep my shit organized. But yeah, these are all my color and cottons and love them. And I thought, why not do this piece in all color and cottons? So I did. Plum Violet. Watching Ayrton. pine needles. Here is terracotta, spicy mustard, mink, which is a very, very light purple, dried sage, and Tuscan sun. I'm using Anchor Black. Love it. I have used Color and Cotton in here and there in some of the pieces. I can't remember what, but I thought, let's make this strictly Color and Cotton because I have them and I don't use them. And it's like, use them. They're gorgeous colors. I'm in love. It's fantastic. I love the variegation. I am going in between, filling her. And so I'm going left to right to kind of to stay with it. Now, when I get to her, I'm not just going all the way across because I don't want her to have, a shade here where you can see across her arm. So it's like I came all the way down, back and forth, and then I came up and went all the way down. I want some, because her back, the arm, and her chest shouldn't be the same variegated line all the way across because she doesn't have like a bad tan line. So I'm here for now, but yeah, when I fill in, I'll do her chest. I have a doctor I could recommend to her. She could probably, get a nose job too, have that tip kind of softened, but, maybe do something with her arms, give her some fingers. I don't know. I love her though. She's fantastic. These are just some sort of weird shell shapes. Love the sun. Love the brightness to it. And then her tail with the scales is actually pretty intense. And so I kind of go between that and filling her in and kind of work all over. Now, I am not sure if I'm going to have enough of the colors for these snakes that go all the way around. So I'm not sure if I will be adding this into the piece. I may just be blocking it out and using that black line. So I'm going to stitch it all and then see if I have enough to do these snakes on either end. But regardless, it's an amazing piece and I love it. And I'm so happy that I decided to start it. So let me pack all this up. I told you guys it was going to be a long one, but you're stitching, you're diamond painting, you're whatever, multitasking in some way. It's all good. And that is the end of what I've stitched on for the month. All of those projects. Let's throw that away. Speaking of diamond painting, I got a new canvas in the mail a month ago. This is, if I can get a good shot of her. She's gorgeous though. Yeah, I can find a picture. I'll insert a picture here of what she looks like. Love the colors. I love the floral all around her. I think it's fantastic. I definitely do not diamond paint like the Queen of Diamond Painting, Danielle. I work from my bags and just put them into my tray and either try to finish out bags at a time, or if I don't see any more of that symbol in the area that I'm working, then I pour the rest and zip it up and pull out another color. So here, whoa, actually I didn't, this is the first time, I didn't actually know you could, that was much. So this is, yeah, so her face with all the, there we go, this border up here. But yeah, no, I love it. The symbols aren't the clearest. It kind of throws me off because this is round. I think they're a little harder because square, you get the symbol in the whole square. But when you do rounds, you obviously have the square box, but it's the circle outline for the circle drill with the letter inside. So it makes it a little smaller. And so I'm having a little bit of a hard time reading what these symbols are, but not enough to be like, oh my God, this chart is crap, or I'm not going to work on it. Let's put that here. Have not worked at all on Now and Then, and she is so freaking close to being done because this is the bottom of the leg. So basically it's just fill in for this, which is a lot. But then the rest is done, and that's all I have. And she might be my longest, my oldest whip now. I'd have to look, but yeah, never spun on her. Beasties never spun and landed, and I'm so close on Beasties to get done. So maybe in March, maybe I'll just kind of go through, start, or not March, maybe April I'll start. Okay, Gobbler I can get done in probably a day. Beasties I can finish up. So, I mean, those would be two easy things to easily take off my whip list. Thrift store? Sure. I finally found a goddamn trivet plate. I don't know if they just don't use them here in Arizona, and all the trivet plate people live up in Pacific Northwest where Michelle gets all of hers. But I finally scored one. I love it. And I love that it's round. Do not sleep on round frames or round trivets. Maybe I did show you these, or they're just from so long ago. Got this frame for $1 at thrift store. Again, round, ornate. Love this. And don't be afraid because it doesn't have the back. It's easy enough to, if you lace your work, to lace it around the shape. All you have to do is use this part as the template. And then when you lace it on the cardboard, it should fill up this little bit of a lip. And then if you cover it with felt or acid-free scrapbook paper, then it's covered and it's totally fine and secure. Okay, there's Ayrton. I received a box in the mail end of February from, this woman's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Where are you from? Alabama. Pinson, Alabama. Miss Glenda Dexter. She has sent me I almost said spreader, but it's not an otoscope. I don't know. God, be a weird otoscope. Speculum. Yeah, to look up someone's vag. So that I need to do a review, do a update. Joe has some stuff he needs to hang in here. Yeah.
Are you going to this?
Well, it's on Sunday. I don't know if we're gonna hang out with Nana and Pops instead. We'll see.
What is it for?
Just a gathering. I'm still recording, so I'll talk to you about it. I don't know. We'll talk about it in like 15 minutes. Love you. No, take it back out to the kitchen. And take your shoes off. No shoes on in the house. Take them off. And yeah, she just, oh God, Glenda, you crack me up. You absolutely crack me up. I love her personality, and I love the stuff that she sends me because I never know what I'm going to get. I mean, I was totally in love. I know you guys were totally in love with the speculum. I know I was the first person on FlossTube to show such an item. She kind of outdid herself, though, with this box. So I feel like every time Glenda sends me a box, Glenda needs to be better than the one before. She totally got me with this card. Looks like freaking diamond painting. I love it. It's shiny. It's sparkly. Can't. And she sent me this Moroline bottle. I looked it up. I guess it was kind of like Vaseline back in the day. Because Vaseline was not patented. So this was kind of like, I guess, their competition. Love the old bottles, though. Love these. Tooth extractor. No, don't put this up. Look there. This better not be like a mini speculum because I don't want that going up my hoo-ha. But totally something similar to what was at like the pet hospital because we'd have do surgeries and stuff and then we'd have to like autoclave and clean all the pieces. BDM company. I'm gonna have to look this up. Blake and Company, Blake and Co. And I love that it's not dirty, but it's dark and kind of aged. I love this. Sent me Jones Hospital Pharmacy. This is take one tablet every 12 hours. It's from 214 of 76. Pertrate. I need, I either Google it or Jenny Cakes. Help me out. So old prescription bottle filled with these amazing buttons. And obviously, I think it's what you wrote in the card. Way before child protection caps. So, yes, that will be going in my... she sent tea as well, which Joe is all... Joe's more of a tea drinker than I am. She sent me this gorgeous teacup. And I love that the rose is inside as well. I feel like I should have my hot chocolate out of this sometimes just to be fancy. But actually what I was thinking, stitching something and then finishing it off in here. But I'm not sure yet, but I love this. And then she sent me wintergreen, stimulant, aromatic, astringent, useful as a carminative and as an astringent in chronic mucus discharge. Infusion 1 ounce in a pint of hot water. Dose a wine glassful. Yeah, some peppermint in the box, and it's still in here. And then I put it in this box in this glass because this is how I'm going to actually display it in my in my medical bathroom. It's foxglove. Okay, let's look at this foxglove. I even took there was a sticker and I took it off. But can you guys read that P word? What does that P word say? That's right, poison. Glenda sent me some poison. Winner. What does this say? Subject to deterioration through spontaneous decomposition. Something ingredient. But foxglove. Is it on the bottom? Properties. Lessens the frequency and increases the force of the heart's action. An indirect diuretic. Poisonous. And then talks about the dose. I'm still kind of interested to see if it works or if the spontaneous has maybe made it even more strong. So Joe better not piss me off, or we're going to be busting out some foxglove in a really pretty teacup. But yeah, this is how I'm going to display my poison in my medical bathroom. Okay, your tongue's back out there. So yeah, I think this is amazing though. Super, super cool. Glenda sends me poison, speculums, buttons, medical stuff. Joe just shakes his head. Like, well, maybe she's trying to kill you. Maybe it's like a sign. I'm like, it's a sign that she loves me. Glenda, love you. Thank you so much. Is that it? That's it. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again. Don't know when. Definitely before my retreat though, so I can kind of talk about everything between now and retreat, and then that video afterwards can be retreat talk and everything else. Thank you guys so much for the love and the support for 1884. Make sure you check out 1884 Stitchery and follow 1884 on Instagram and on Facebook. I always post little photos, collage of photos of things that I have uploaded. I still have a fabric that I uploaded yesterday. I still have some of that left. Charts as well. Look under other designers, and there's just a slew of fabulous charts. Brought back a stack of Satsuma Street. What else? I think I have a couple Jeanette Douglas's left. That's going to be under other designers tab. And then look for maybe this week or next, the Threadworks threads. Fabulous. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. I'll see you guys next time.